Welcome to JavelinaShowtime, your home for Javelina Athletics. Brought to you by Mike Shaw Toyota Kia. Hosted by Chris Communications Sports Director Alan Harwell. And proudly produced by the students at Texas A&M University, Kingsville. Alongside Mike Shaw, a proud alum of 1968, the Javelina Broadcast Network presents JavelinaShowtime. Your journey to Javelina Athletics starts now.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to JavelinaShowtime here on KDF TV, brought to you every Saturday morning by Mike Shaw Automotive. I want to thank his dealership for supporting A&M Kingsville Athletics. And Javelinas are in Portales, New Mexico tonight. It's the opening round of the playoffs. We're taking on Eastern New Mexico. And as always, Coach Jaime Martinez joins us. Coach, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Doing well. Big game tonight. You wipe the slate clean. You start over again this evening, and you get Eastern New Mexico for a second time. What's it like playing a team a second time? They know you, you know them, so no secrets.
Well, it's tough. I mean, we've kind of, since I've been here, we've kind of had that happen a couple of times in the playoffs, with Tarleton State and Northwest Missouri. It's always tough to play a team the second time, just because you kind of have a good feel for each other and really don't change much throughout the year. But, unfortunate with our situation, we have changed a little bit defensively. Offensively, we've done a little bit, not so many different things, just kind of lighten the load, you would say, for our guys, and we'll see how it works out for us.
Of course, I guess injuries can always change the team up a little bit. Are they healthy, and how about you, Coach?
I know we're pretty healthy, I think, right now, and then kind of during the week, we kind of laid off those guys a little bit. We didn't bang them as much as we usually do, but we did got some practice in. And as far as Eastern Mexico is concerned, I really haven't. We've seen the same guys on film, so. I really haven't heard anything as far as, them having a lot of season injuries or inning injuries or guys that are out.
Now, the way this format works, regardless whether you win or lose tonight, you get to play again next week. The winner of this game will play the winner of the McMurray West Texas A&M game, but it's guaranteed that you have to be on the road regardless, right?
Correct. And, again, it's two teams that we've already played, and hopefully we, we're on the winning side of this thing here, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we're ready to play anybody, and right now, we're trying to get our first win right now and this week and see what happens next week.
Let's go back to the Midwestern game on Saturday. You guys came out with a tremendous presence. I know you missed a field goal in the opening drive, but you had a good opening drive, and you followed that up with a touchdown. So you guys jumped out to the early 7-0 lead. Yeah,
and we did what we wanted to do. We wanted to control the clock. We ran the football really well those two drives. Of course, like you said, we missed a field goal. Second time, we finally ended up punching it in for a touchdown. But then when you do that to a team, and I think that when we scored the touchdown, I think it was like a 14, 15-play drive, and we ran the football a lot. And what they did was, they put a lot more people in the box, and they tried to make us throw the football, and we tried to, and we did, successfully a little bit. And then, they gave us some different looks that, we weren't not ready for, but we hadn't really practiced a lot because they really didn't do that much. And then so we had to make some adjustments, and we just didn't, we didn't execute like we needed to. And then we find ourselves, playing from behind, try to throw a little football a little bit more, and really kind of got away from our run game stuff. So kind of put us in a hole there, and, things just didn't work out the way we wanted them to.
You led 10-7 at halftime. I'm sorry, they led 10-7 at halftime, and they scored 3 touchdowns within like 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So things kind of got away a little bit in the third quarter, but you held on down the stretch.
Correct.
Had it been for not that 21-point stretch there, it could have gone either way there in the fourth quarter.
Correct, and it's and it's like what we keep on telling the kids. Angelo State was the same way, and so was West Texas A&M. We've been playing good football for 1 or 2 or 3 quarters. And what we're trying to do is get 4 quarters. If we can do that, at least not give up a lot of points in 1 quarter. I think we can prevent that from snowballing on us, and that's what's been happening. So we've been working on that.
So you feel good about tonight?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and good. The kids are ready to play. They had a really good week of work, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it. Coach Jaime Martinez, his team will play the Greyhounds tonight in Eastern New Mexico. That's a 7 o'clock start South Texas time. We want to talk to some of the players after the ball game this past Saturday, and here's what they had to say.
I would say that, going into the season, the expectations for our season collectively as a team was pretty high. stuff happens. It's life. But at the end of the day, we got to stay the course and continue to fight. I think that's one of the biggest things that this season has taught me. Even though we didn't get to our expectations, we still got to keep the course, because at the end of the day, I wear the Javelina with pride. And despite everything happening, I'm playing for my teammates, and I think that's one of the biggest things that kept me with a lot of motivation, is playing with the guy that's next to me. One of the biggest things that we kind of emphasize already going into the next year, well, not going into the next year, but going into the off season for the guys who are returning, is use this as fuel. I think a lot of the people had expectations, like I said once before, for the season, and with the losses that we took, we got to use that as fuel. I mean, because at the end of the day, you actually have to wear this Javelina with pride, and I think a lot of people we get back to that. A lot of people think that we don't have pride, and you can hear kind of all kind of negativity, but at the end of the day, it's it goes to the man in the arena, and you have to use that as fuel going into the off season. And, a new year, they come out next year. I'm pretty sure that with the team that we got now, well, they'll remember this. They'll remember this feeling, and they'll remember how it feels now. We'll keep on fighting, and we'll be back at the top. In the words of Coach Cal, keep chopping wood. I think that that actually goes pretty for our situation. Go in it with the mentality, we got to get one. I want one. I want one bad. And, I feel that the team wants one. We just got to, the cards fall where they may, but we got to work. We got to go into a work week this Monday, and we got to keep on striving and work hard. Oh, man, it'll mean a lot to me. It'll mean a lot to me. I'll take it either way I can get it. At this point, I'll take it anywhere I can get it. And I think also it'll mean more to the team also collectively. And I think I'll be a lot more happy that, if we go out and play as a unit and our team is happy about a win, and, let it roll over to the next week, because, we got 2 weeks in that playoff game.
All right, Musa, a little disappointed but optimistic about the future here at A&M Kingsville. When we come back, we'll talk some volleyball. That's right, volleyball season is still in gear. More on that on Javelina Showtime right after this.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Kia, because they eliminate the fear factor. With upfront pricing and financing. 2014 Kia Soul, just $13,995. 2014 Kia Optima, just $19,922. 2014 Kia Sorento, just $27,195. And if you make $350 a week, we want to approve your credit, guaranteed. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Kia.
Hello, I'm Phil Neeson with Neeson Chevrolet in Kingsville. We see people from all over South Texas coming to Neeson Chevrolet because we have the largest section of Chevys, Buicks, and GMCs in South Texas at the absolute best prices. We treat our customers with honesty and respect. No high pressure or hassle here, just good, honest deals. The best selection, the best prices, huge rebates, 0% financing are at Neeson Chevy, Buick GMC in Kingsville.
Today's employers are looking for employees with the ability to lead, think analytically, plan strategically, and solve problems. The MBA online program at Texas A&M University Kingsville can provide all that from the privacy of your own home. Graduates said they had a 38% return on their investment after only 1 year and a 50% return after 2 years. Our 30-credit-hour program features accounting, finance, management, marketing, economics, and business. With classes held year-round, why wait? Sign up today.
You'll find more than a great education here. You'll find friendships that last a lifetime. Thanks to our family-like living learning communities. Like Turner Hall, the men's dorm where music students enjoy their own basketball court, grill, big screen TV, and more. And Bishop Hall, where female musicians have their own volleyball court, lobby, and study room. Live and work with others who share your goals at Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Javelina Showtime here on KDF TV, brought to you every Saturday morning by Mike Shaw Automotive. Hey, volleyball season is in tap right now. We've got Tanya Allen, who's in her 4th year as a coach. Hi, Tanya. How are you?
Hi, good.
Game today. Got
Yes.
Cameron coming in. And it's hard to believe the season is flying by here.
I know, it's already senior day. I can't believe it.
Tell me about your season, how it's gone so far.
We've done very well. Conference is tough, obviously. Night in, night out, it's a competition. But we're sitting right in the middle, so we have a good seed going into that tournament. We have a good shot. So.
What do you like most about your ball club so far this year?
We're tiny, but we're super athletic and we're fast, so we still have a solid offense despite the fact that we lack a little in height, but we're working hard defensively and we compete in almost every stat category in conference, so that's good.
Now, when you say you're tiny, how tall do you need to be to play volleyball?
Well, okay, just a comparison. Our outside hitters are 5'7" and 5'6", and our right side player is 5'7", and everyone else in the conference is between 5'9" and 6'2".
Good gosh.
Yes, but we make up for it in vertical. Our outside hitters both have one has a 38-inch vertical, something like that, and the other ones are about 30. So we make up for it in our vertical.
Who are some of the players that have really been a spark plug this year on your team?
Oh gosh, we have a few. I'm really impressed with our freshman setter, Casey Klobodans. She's done such a phenomenal job, and like I said, with a small roster, she really has to work hard to get the offense rolling, and we've had one of the top offenses in the conference. So she's done a phenomenal job, and older kids, Kelsey Washington, Stephanie Johns, they've done a great job. There's a few that have really stepped up.
So how many will you be losing off this year's team?
We have 4 seniors.
Okay.
Casey is a freshman, but she's got a starting role. But the seniors, we have Sarah Fountain, who was replaced by Casey because of a back injury early in the season. Ashley Tips, Kelsey Washington, and Stephanie Johns.
Okay. All right. So I know you'll miss them next year.
Very much so, yes.
So when do you hit the recruiting trail?
Already. We're already right in the midst of it, yeah.
Okay.
Club season is in the spring, but high school's right now, so.
So what are you looking for?
We need middles. We have
some
2
taller
in that.
kids, maybe?
Yeah, right. Let's get that height up there. But yeah, we have 2 middles graduating, so we need to replace those.
Okay, so you get Cameron today.
Correct.
So that'll be a fun game. Being senior day, will it be a little emotional for you and your kids?
A little, yeah. I feel like I might lose it a little bit, but hopefully
Okay.
they can turn it around and be focused for the game.
All right, Tanya, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
Again,
for having me.
2 o'clock today against Cameron. It's senior day, and we look forward to seeing you over there for the big game today. Again, Cameron today, 2 o'clock. All right, we're also right in the middle of our track season right now, cross country to be in particular. Ryan Dahl, the track coach, joins us now. Ryan, how are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. Big meet today, right?
Yes,
Up at Midwestern?
cross country team at Midwestern State for the Lone Star Conference Championship.
All righty. How do you feel going into this thing?
I feel good. Our men's team has really had a great team effort this fall, and hopefully they can move up in the pack. And we have some very good individual women that hopefully we can get somebody up there in the top 20 and feel good about that.
So what happens after today? Do these kids advance on? They get to play. They get to run some more.
There's a regional, and it's kind of up to us if we want to go to that. We'll probably determine that after the conference championship happens to see what place our team finishes there if we want to continue on to the regional.
Okay. After cross country, you really get busy in January, don't you?
Yes, we start indoor track January. Actually, our first meet is Friday before school starts. So we'll have to bring some kids back a little early for that. But we go to A&M, which will be a special trip for everybody. We'll actually be the first Division II school to run in that indoor track there. So
Really? So that's got to be exciting for your kids.
it'll be great. Yeah, everyone's looking forward to it.
How competitive do you think you'll be? Like who you all going up against? Who are some of the teams?
Well, Angelo is always good. Angelo State. Commerce is very good. We won the men outdoors last year, and so we're going to try to bring it home again.
And then after the indoor season, I guess it's outdoor season starts up?
Yeah, we'll start up right away with outdoors right after indoor national. So we should have a great team for men and women. So I'm looking forward to getting started with that.
What do you think your strongest point of your team is this year?
Definitely the sprints and jumps, both for men and women. We're very strong in those areas. So we're hopeful that those will carry us. We also have some great throwers that are going to help. So, field events and sprints are probably our strong point, and that's where we've been for the past few years. We rack up a lot of points in those areas.
Is this a young or middle-aged team or an older team?
It's probably middle-aged this year. We don't really lose too many people after this year. We probably lose 2 guys. On the women's team, we lose a little bit more of our depth in the sprints, but we're working hard to recruit some people to replace those women, and I think we'll be able to keep going.
All right, Coach, we wish you the best of luck this year. Should be a lot of fun. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right,
Thank
Ryan
you very
Dahl,
much.
the head track coach here at A&M Kingsville. Thanks for dropping by on this Saturday.
Thank you.
And we will have more of Javelina Showtime for you right after this.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Toyota because they eliminate the fear factor. With upfront pricing and financing, 2014 Corolla or Camry, your choice. Up to $4,000 off MSRP. 2014 Tundra, up to $7,000 off MSRP. We want your experience to be exceptional. That's why we offer a 72-hour exchange policy. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Toyota.
Today's employers are looking for employees with the ability to lead, think analytically, plan strategically, and solve problems. The MBA online program at Texas A&M University Kingsville can provide all that from the privacy of your own home. Graduates said they had a 38% return on their investment after only 1 year and a 50% return after 2 years. Our 30-credit-hour program features accounting, finance, management, marketing, economics, and business. With classes held year-round, why wait? Sign up today.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out, our recreation center with everything you'd expect in a brand new gym, and our new dining hall packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Kia because they eliminate the fear factor. With upfront pricing and financing, 2014 Kia Soul, just $13,995. 2014 Kia Optima, just $19,922. 2014 Kia Sorento, just $27,195. And if you make $350 a week, we want to approve your credit, guaranteed. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Kia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Javelina Showtime here on KDF TV, brought to you by, as always, Mike Shaw Automotive. And, of course, this time in our show, we always do our feature story. Joining us today is our reporter, Sydney Hernandez. Hey, Sydney, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing really good.
All righty. What you got for us this week?
We interviewed the quarterback, Alex Rios. He talks a lot. He's a great guy on and off the fields. I have him for a couple classes. So it's really good to get his perspective. And it was about time that we interviewed, a star player on our team.
And you just kind of find out what makes him tick, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's run her feature now on Alex Rios, quarterback from San Antonio.
Now that our season is over, playoffs have begun. What can we expect from the Javelinas?
Better preparation, better everything all around, really. Something's got to change.
What has practice been like? What kind of drills have you implemented differently in preparation against the Greyhounds?
Well, it's the same scheme against Greyhounds, but practice has just been changed up because of the head coaching. Everything's really been scrambled.
Can you take me through a day of practice?
So let's say Monday's situation, and usually it's Wednesday's situation. Now he's got Monday's doing situation and Wednesday's something else. So a little different.
And speaking of games, personally, how do you handle game day? Do you have any special traditions that you like to follow?
I listen to certain songs. I wear the same socks, and I've been wearing the same helmet type since high school.
In your opinion, what's your best attribute as quarterback?
Besides the leader role, it would be extending the play and just coming up with things on the fly.
And you guys have full conditioning. You guys have workouts for fall and spring. What is that like, keeping a high GPA?
It's kind of tough waking up in the morning and going straight to conditioning, but it gets you ready for your day. And once you convert over to that, it's a plus.
Personally, what aspect of your game are you looking to improve the most on from now until next August?
My downfield throw in the pocket would be number one.
You've had some pretty strong seniors that played for the Javelinas for years, and seeing them go, what's that going to be like for the team?
It's always a heartbreak, but all you can do is take their words into advice and hope they do good in life.
And seeing the red shirts transfers and the freshmen, how do they look on the field? What's the season going to look like next year with these additional players on the field?
I think we have a great recruiting class, young class. There's a bunch of outstanding players, so I think we'll be all right.
And things are going to be different, new people coming in, new people or old people going out. What if we have a brand new head coach, someone that you've never worked with before? How will that affect the Javelina team?
Well, it's going to affect it tremendously. We've had one head coaching change, so it shouldn't be horrible, but it's got to be on the fly. So.
What was the transition like from Callaway to Martinez?
It's a different style. Martinez is more about the little things, more in tune.
Do you know when practice will start for the 2015 season?
I don't. August 14th should be, but we'll see.
Are you excited for that season?
Always.
You're going to have a couple more years on the fields. What can we expect from Alex Rios?
Better play all around. Experience is huge at the quarterback position. So.
Now that you've had your last home game and it's almost completely over, just 2 more games left, what does it feel like and what are your plans?
It's a bittersweet ending. It's always sad, especially the record that we have, but just looking forward to next year.
You mentioned the record that you have. Regardless of the numbers, regardless of the stats, there's still a lot of Javelina fans out there. How does it feel knowing that they still allow you guys to walk out through the tailgate, shake hands, go out to hospitals, sign stuff, and have your prep meal before the game? How does it feel to know that you still have this entire community behind you?
It's great knowing that one community can be such a football-oriented town, but it's always a plus in the long run.
Who has been your biggest supporter or mentor throughout this season?
My father always. He's the hardest critic, and other than my coaches, but yeah, he keeps me straight.
And you have several role models on the field, I understand. What can you tell me about them?
There's a little handful of seniors I know that I'm gonna miss, but I just try to take in all their knowledge. And
what have you learned the most from this season?
Just to keep my head up and keep rolling with the punches.
And travel conditions, what's that gonna be like this Saturday?
Oh, that drive's gonna be horrible, but we're gonna try and get a quick turnaround and get one.
And lastly, what's your favorite all-time Javelina football memory?
It would just be the family part, making memories with my best friends.
All right, thanks, Sydney. Good job on Alex Rios. He is a nice young man. And again, you mentioned he's got 3 years left?
Yes, he still has 3 more years. He was sophomore redshirted, so we'll see a lot more of him in the years to come playing for the Javelinas, and he's doing a great job.
So this guy just sitting back watching Trey Mitchell this year, learning as much as he can. And
he didn't start this year, but he has been playing a lot more in the games. So we have to talk to Coach, see what's going to happen for the next season, but we'll definitely see more of Alex Rios.
All right, Sydney, appreciate it. Great job as always. Always appreciate your feature stories here on Javelina Showtime. We're going to scout out the team from Eastern New Mexico. Again, it's game time, game day. Got a game tonight at Portales. We'll have the scouting report on the Greyhounds right after this.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Toyota, because they eliminate the fear factor. With upfront pricing and financing, 2014 Corolla or Camry, your choice. Up to $4,000 off MSRP. 2014 Tundra, up to $7,000 off MSRP. We want your experience to be exceptional. That's why we offer a 72-hour exchange policy. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Toyota.
You can count on the folks at Blake Full & Wider to treat you like they treat their friends, with respect. Because it's about you, no high pressure. Just good, solid people helping you determine what's right for your budget and your lifestyle. I'm Brenda, and when you're looking for a new car or truck, Blake Full & Wider's got what matters. friendly folks looking out for you. Blakeful and Whiter, Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Kingsville.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Javelina Showtime. It's game day. Your Hogs are in Portales, New Mexico to take on Eastern New Mexico in the opening round of the playoffs. We're joined now by Jillian Griffin, the running backs coach. Hey, how are you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good deal. Good deal.
Yes, sir.
Big game tonight. You get Eastern New Mexico. It's your second crack at them this year. What are they going to do different? They're going to try to change their scheme up a little bit against you tonight?
Honestly, I don't feel as if they'll try to change too much simply because of the outcome of last game. But mostly our focus is on what we're going to do differently so we can have a different outcome than we did the last time we played them this season.
They like to run the ball a lot, don't they?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
and you
sir.
being a running backs coach, you kind of know about the running game. What
Yes,
makes
sir.
them tick?
I think what makes them tick on the offense side of the ball is the misdirection of knowing where the ball actually is going. Because they run a triple option, and it's a beautiful offense to watch. I don't know if I can coach it because I don't know too much about it, but it's just so much movement. Mm-hmm. That's what makes them tick on the offense side of the ball, just knowing where the ball is every possession.
Now, you being the running backs coach, how successful can you guys be running the football against their defense tonight, you think?
I honestly believe we'll have ultimate success because we practice hard all week. Our guys are totally bought into what we're doing, and nobody has given up. So I believe that we're going to go out there and we're going to give 100%, and we'll have 100% results left on the scoreboard at the end of the game.
You're healthy again tonight, correct? Petrie missed last week's game, so he'll play tonight. How much playing time do you think he'll get this evening?
I don't know how much playing time he'll get. It kind of goes off how he's feeling throughout the game, from warm-ups all the way through first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Just however he feels, that will determine his playing time.
But you've had some young guys come through this year, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Talk a bit about that.
A couple of young guys outside of the running backs. Jordan Thomas, one of our most dynamic receivers, number 6.
Yes.
I believe he's due to show up tonight. I think he'll have a great game. Chaz Adams, he's not necessarily a young guy, but he's a guy who's been stepping up in the receiving game. But I think those two guys at the receiver edge, they'll have a heck of a game tonight.
Okay, man, I can't wait. Looking forward to hopefully we'll have a lot of good highlights. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you being on.
Yes, sir.
And let's go get a W, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Javelina is in Eastern New Mexico tonight, opening round of the playoffs in Portales. We'll have highlights of this game next week, and we'll get you set up for next week's game. We don't know who it's going to be yet, but we'll talk about it next Saturday right here on Javelina Showtime. See you then.
Well, that's a wrap for Javelina Showtime. You can always catch us here on KDF TV Saturday mornings at 11:30. See you next week.